Hi, my name's Juliet, and today is the second video in the series on Scrivener collections in Scrivener 3 for Windows. As well as search collections, you have what are called standard collections. If you saw the previous video, you've already seen a standard collection, the saved search that was converted. But you don't have to do a search to create one, or have to base it on searches. First, make sure collections are open. To create a new collection, click on the plus symbol next to collections. A new collection will open in a different colour. Change the colour if you want with the pull-down menu. Just a quick note before I go any further. There are several ways of creating collections. I'll show you another later. To change the name of the collection, click on the title, where it says New Collection at the top, not in the coloured section. If you want to change the order of the collection tabs, you can pick them up and drag them. To populate your collection, select any items from your binder and drag them onto the Collection tab, and they will appear in the collection list. You can select everything, or certain chapters, or types of document, or all of one character's scenes, or certain topics, or any other division you can think of, and use this collection to focus your editing, or your writing, or experiment with order, or whatever. Remember though that collapsed files that cannot be seen and selected, such as the contents of a folder, will not be transferred because they're not selected. Also, collections have no visible hierarchy. Everything appears as a straight list. Right, let's pause for a moment, because it's possible you might be confused. The documents in the collection are the same documents that are in the binder. They are not separate, they are not copies. If you edit them, you're editing your document in the binder. All changes are reflected back and forth. If you delete a document from a collection by selecting it and using the minus within the collection, you are not deleting it from the binder, unless you send it to the trash. If you add a document in the binder, it will not automatically populate to the collection. If you subsequently add it to a collection, it will appear at the bottom, and you will have to reorder it. If you add an item within a collection, it will appear in a special folder in the binder, just above the trash. You will get a message about this. You'll have to move it into the manuscript if you want it there. You can move the items around in a collection if you're experimenting with order. If you want to see the new order in the editor, use the arrow to populate this version into the editor screen. Once again, this is not changing what is in the binder. In all things, the binder ultimately holds the control. Okay, I think that's enough mind-bending for today, so I'll just show you another way to create the basis of your collection, which you may prefer. First, select the items in the binder that you want in your collection. Then, click the plus in the Collections panel, and proceed as before. In the next video, I'll give you some specific ideas for how you can use collections for fiction and non-fiction that are nothing to do with writing and editing. Thanks for watching, and if you've subscribed, I'll see you again next time.